Hi, it's Antonio. I think sometimes it's really interesting the topic of how do I practice NVC in the moment, and I think I want to maybe start by looking at this question and thinking of maybe what it means to practice NVC. I think maybe one way that we can look at this is by being able to understand that maybe NVC is a way for us to experience more connection, more understanding, more peace. I know I came into this because I wanted to have a more compassionate life. And so it really helps me to remember that. It helps me to remember as to why I came into this practice, what's my intention, what's my focus here. It's to maybe have a life with more connection, if you will. And so that helps me to figure out the other part of like how do I practice NVC in the moment. And I think I've been doing this for at this point over 10 years, practicing, learning, sharing NVC with people, and I still do find it challenging to practice NVC in the moment. What I mean by being able to practice NVC in the moment is being able to connect to, um, feel my feelings, connect to my needs, share that with the other person, hear the other person's feelings and needs, and reflect them back to them. I think that that's something challenging, especially I think when we're in the heat of the moment. It's something very hard to do. So for myself, I even after the fact that I've maybe had a conversation that didn't go so well, I still come back to a place internally of being able to connect to myself compassionately. Because what I used to do was I used to have the, if you will, the argument, and I used to beat myself over the head. Oh, I should have done better. I should have really paid attention to their feelings and needs. I should have talked about my feelings and needs. Or I should have had a boundary. And I, I, I think for me, uh, giving the opportunity to have a different way and to have a different conversation with myself, even after the fact when things didn't go so well, that for me was a big game changer in this whole conversation of being able to practice NVC in the moment because I might not be able to do so. And in fact, sometimes that still happens. And what I come back to is being able to have some compassion for myself. And by doing so, I do find, and for myself, I will say that that's a form of practicing NVC. Being able to get to a place of connecting to myself, connecting what's important to me, being able to connect to what it is that I would love to experience. I would love to experience some more consideration, some more care. And it also brings about maybe some sense of mourning that maybe that didn't happen in the conversation. It didn't happen in this interaction with this person. And so that at least helps me to really slow down, to step inside a little bit and see what it is that's going for me. And so I find that sometimes not being able to do NVC in the moment gives me the gift still of being able to do it even after the fact. And I think the more that I've been able to do that, the more that I've given myself the opportunity to practice these skills because trying to do it and maybe even expecting myself to be able to talk about feelings and needs, whether it's mine or the other person's or the other person in the moment, can be quite challenging. And so I really do consider that connecting to myself later on is very important. And in fact, that might help me to re enter into that conversation or to even reconsider what it is that I would love to do now that I have a little bit more connection and understanding and clarity of what it is that I want. It allows me to create some space and maybe a vision of what it is that I want to experience because now I've connected to what it is that I want. So, I hope that this was helpful. Please like, share, and subscribe. Thank you.